Hello third graders, and welcome to another edition where we will be exploring EnVision Math Lesson 1.2. Let's get started. We're going to use multiplication on the number line. Our I can statement is I can use number line to represent and solve multiplication facts. Let's solve and share. Harvey, the hop toad, starts at 0 and jumps 7 times in the same direction. Each time he jumps 3 inches. How can you show how far Harvey goes on a number line? Well, let's go ahead and bring Mr. Harvey in. Everyone say, "Come in, Mr. Harvey." I can't hear you. Say, "Come in, Mr. Harvey." And Mr. Harvey is about to come in. There he is. Hello, Mr. Harvey. Can you jump for us, please, 7 times on the number line? And each time you have to jump 3 inches. Let's see if he can do that. Let's first start at 0. So everyone say, "Jump, Mr. Harvey." I can't hear you. Again, say, "Jump, Mr. Harvey." All right, here we go. We're gonna jump 7 times, 3 inches. 1, 2, 3, and Mr. Harvey would stop there for his first jump. When we're gonna draw it, it looks like this. That's 1 time. Everyone say, "Jump, Mr. Harvey." Let's jump again. And this time, we are jumping 3 times again. 1, 2, 3, and stop. And the jump looks like this again. 1 more time. Everyone say, "Jump again, Mr. Harvey." Jump, jump, jump. 1, 2, 3. Land on number 9. And the jump looks like this. Okay? All right, we're not done yet. That's only 3 jumps. We have to jump 7 times. Let's keep going. Everyone say, "Jump, Mr. Harvey." Okay, Mr. Harvey's gonna jump again. 1, 2, 3. Stop right there. Very good. That jump looks like this. Good job, Mr. Harvey. You're doing a good job. You can do it. Keep going. 3 more jumps of 3. Here we go. Oops, no, don't want to move that. 1, 2, 3. Land on the number 15. And the jump looks like this. Boom. All right. Everyone say, "Jump again, Mr. Harvey." We're not done yet. 2 more jumps. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Land on 18. I hope you see what I'm doing, my friends. Every time I'm jumping, well, every time Mr. Harvey's jumping, he's jumping and passing 3 spots, starting with the second number. So he's on 18, so we start at 19. 1, 2, 3. Good job, Mr. Harvey. That's the last jump. Let's count to make sure we jumped 7 times. 7 times in the same direction. Yes, we went in the same direction, this way. Each time he jumps 3 inches. He sure did jump 3 inches each time. Let's count to be absolutely sure that our jump is a total of 7 jumps. Let's count together. 1 jump, 2 jumps, 3 jumps, 4, 5, 6, 7 jumps. Yes, we did it. And we landed on the number 21. Thank you, Mr. Harvey. Let's keep going, my friends. So, we just represented the jumps on a number line. So the question is, how are Harvey's jumps on the number line? Like repeated addition. Let's think about that for a second. How are his jumps on the number line like repeated addition? Well, I would say, let's write together. Harvey's jumps on the number line are like repeated addition, would you say because we're jumping the same amount every time? That's right. That's kind of like what we learned in lesson 1, repeated addition, lesson 1.1. So, repeated addition because he jumped the same amount of spaces each time. For space sake, I'm gonna just write each time right here. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to write on you. Alright, so again, Harvey's jumps on the number line are like repeated addition because he jumped the same amount each time. Don't forget your period. Okay, go ahead and write that down. Of course, pause the video if you need to and join me again. Alright, let's go to the next page. Very good job so far, guys. Okay, on the next page. How can you use a number line to show multiplication still? Working on the same kind of problem. Clara is making gift baskets for her 5 friends. She wants to put 3 glitter pens in each gift bag. Oh, she's so nice. How many glitter pens does Clara need? So here we have the glitter pens. Ooh, I love glitter pens, don't you? Can you tell that I love glitter pens? Alright, well, here we go. Let's draw. It says you can use number line and skip counting to show multiplication. It's exactly what we're doing here. So we always start at 0. Always start at 0 in the number line. Draw arrows on the number line to show the number of glitter pens for each gift bag. So they're showing us how to do it. We start at 0, we jump 3, and that's 3 pens. We jump another 3, add in that 3 to 3. 3 plus 3 is 6 pens. Add another 3, that's 9 pens. Add another 3, 12 pens. And add another 3, 15 pens. So skip counting 3. Skip counting would be 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. Clara needs 15 glitter pens. I hope that makes sense to you. Alright, so convince me. What would convince me that you actually understand the process? Communicate and justify. What would skip counting by 6 look like on the number line? Ooh, let's try to use the same number line and skip count by 6. Always start at the 0. Let's use another color pen so it's very much different. Alright, so we start at 0 and we skip count by 6. So we go 1, 2, 3. Keep going. No jumping down. 4, 5, 6. Yes, that's the first jump. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be my second jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I need another one. Another 2 actually. 17 and 18 on the number line to finish it off. So, what would skip counting by 6 look like on the number line? That's right. Skip counting by 6 on the number line would look a little different. Instead of landing on the 3, I would first land on the 6, and then I would land on the 12, and after that I would land on 18. Skip to counting on 6 would skip count by 6. So it would be 6, 12, 18. Okay, you can't see it very well. I'm going to take it out here. 6, 12, 18. Alright, so that's how it would look different. Let's move on to the next page. So with the guided practice, we're going to do this together. Do you understand? To find 5 times 3, why do you skip count by 3's on the number line? So I skip count by 3 because 5 times 3 is adding 3 5 times. Okay, skip count by 3. I would skip count by 3 because 5 times 3 is adding 3 5 times. Adding the number 3 5 times. So I'll start at 0, always start at 0, and I'm going to add the number 3. 1, 2, 3. Skip counting by 3, and then 1, 2, 3, land on 6, and then 1, 2, 3, land on 9, and 1, 2, 3, land on 12, and then 1, 2, 3, land on 15. I double check to make sure that I've skip counted 5 times, like I said here. So that's 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. So I just skip counted 5 times. Okay, by 3. To find 5 times 3, why do you make 5 jumps on the number line? I made 5 jumps on the number line because remember up here we said we're adding 3 5 times, pretty much the same thing. I made 5 jumps on the number line because, oh, I said that already, oops. 5 jumps on the number line because I'm adding 3 5 times. Same, similar answer. I am adding 3 5 times. Okay, period. How would the jumps on the number line look different if you want to find 5 times 2? Now that's a different question. Let's change color a little bit to represent that. Okay, so if I'm going to do 5 times 2, that means I'm adding the number 2 5 times. I'm adding the number 2 5 times. So instead of jumping to 3, I'm gonna start at 0 and I'm jumping to 2. And again, adding another 2, landing on 4. Adding another 2, landing on 6. Adding another 2, landing on 8. Adding another 2 and landing on 10. Adding another 2, landing on 12. Adding another 2, landing on 14. But I'm doing 5 times 2, so I went a little bit too far. Stopping. I just wanted to show you how I would simply add and add and add. But 5 times 2 is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps in blue. 5 jumps in blue. So my number line would have 5 jumps, just like I did in blue, of 2. That's how it would look different. 5 jumps of 2. Alright? Instead of 5 jumps, or instead of 5 jumps of 3, it's 5 jumps of 2. Alright, let's move on to number 4. In 4, complete the arrows on the number line to show the jumps and fill in the blanks. 1 ran 3 miles a day. That's 3 miles each day. Whenever you see a day, that would mean each day. And each tells me that I'm going to use multiplication, sometimes division, but it all depends on the context. So in this case, it's multiplication. 3 miles a day, or 3 miles each day for 4 days in a row. In a row means one after the other, after the other, after the other. How many miles did he run? So I'm starting with 0 and I'm jumping to 3. Why am I jumping to 3? Because it represents the 3 miles. Okay, so this would be day 1. Remember, it's 4 days in a row. And this one would be the day 2. What would be on day 3? Did you say 9? Then you're absolutely correct. 9 would be where we stop for day 3. Very good. Okay, what about day 4, our final day? Did you say 12? Very good. 12 would be day 4. Excellent job. Okay, so number of jumps. That's 1 jump for day 1, 2 jumps for day 2, 3 jumps for day 3, and 4 jumps for day 4. So the number of jumps would be 4 jumps. I skip counted by 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I skipped counted by 3 for each jump. So 1 ran. We're going to say 4 miles. I'm sorry, not 4 miles. A total of 12 miles, like I stated here. A total of 12 miles. So we're writing our factors of 4 times 3 equals 12. 4 jumps, skip count by 3, because it's 3 miles per day, equals 12. Very good. Here's the independent practice portion. You're going to try this on your own. You're going to pause the video, and when you come back, you will see all my answers, and I want you to compare them to your answers. Pause the video at this time and work on the independent practice. Welcome back, and here are my answers. What I did here is 6 times 2. I did 2 jumps. I'm sorry, of 2, I did 6 jumps. 1 jump, 2 jumps, 3 jumps, 4 jumps, 5 jumps, and 6 jumps of 2. 6 jumps of 2. Notice I have a total of 6 jumps, counting by 2, and I landed on the number 12, 12 apples. Here, it's 7 jumps of 2. That's how I wrote it out, 7 jumps of 2, which means I should have a total of 7 jumps by 2, which means I'm counting by 2. Of 2 means I'm counting by 2. So I did 7 jumps, counting by 2, and I landed on the number 14, so my answer is 14. For number 7, 3 jumps of 3, which means I'm jumping each time by 3. So I did 3 jumps of 3 and I landed on the number 9. I hope you got those answers. Let's move on to the problem solving portion. So for the problem solving portion, I want you as well to complete this part on your own. If you did well on the independent practice, then you're ready for the problem solving. Go ahead and complete that on your own and then come back and you'll see my answers. If you did not do so well, maybe you should get help from your teacher for the independent practice before you move on to the problem solving. Alright, so work on the problem solving, come back in when you're done, and we will check it together. Alright, pause the video. Welcome back. I'm trusting that you took the time to complete the problem solving portion for lesson 1.2. Now, let's go through it together. Did you get 18 glass beads? Very good. If you added 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, you're adding 3 6 times, you should get 18 glass beads. Well done. For number 9, I went ahead and crossed off this information because I realized it was irrelevant. It did not help me to solve the problem. So sometimes you will see distractors like that. You have to be able to identify what you need to solve the problem and what you don't need to solve the problem. So I erased or crossed off the ones that were unimportant, the ones that didn't make any sense. So there are 2 groups of 7, so I should have 1 group, 2 groups, and I jumped. When it says of 7, it means that I have to have 7, or I'm adding 7 every time. Here I landed on 7 and I jumped again another 7 and landed on 14, so that's 14 guinea pigs. For number 10, oops, I didn't do number 10, I jumped to number 11, so here's an opportunity for us to do number 10 together. Alright, for number 10 it says, analyze and preserve. Mateus drew this number line to show the multiplication fact 4 times 2 equals 8. So he started at 0. He jumped, and I'm seeing that he skipped counting by 2, skip count, and then he ends up at 8. Okay, and he did jump 1, 2, 3, 4 total times. Perfect. So which part of the number line represents the factors? Which part of the number line is the product? Well, that's pretty easy. Remember, 4 times in the equation 4 times 2 equals 8. These are the factors. So the 4 and the 2, those are the numbers that are being multiplied. Those are the factors. So this is a review of what we did in lesson 1.1. And the 8 is called the product. The 8 or the product is the answer that you get when you multiply. When you multiply your numbers, the answer you get is called the product. So which part represents, let's go ahead and actually write it here. Which part shows the product and which part shows the factors? So the factors, I hope I have enough space, are the jumps and what you're counting by. The number you are counting by. Okay, so those are the factors, and the product is the answer, the last answer that you land on. So instead of doing this part, I'm going to leave this part here though, but you can write it. You could write all of this in this section. I'm going to say the product is the final answer, the final number you land on. So that final number that you land on is called the product. Okay, now let's take a look at number 11. Higher order thinking, which means it makes you have to really think a little bit harder, but you can do it. We can do very difficult math. We just got to take it one step at a time. It says draw a number line to compare skip counting by threes 4 times. The first number line shows that I'm skip counting by 3, which means that I'm counting by 3. I'm adding 3 every time. And I drew my own number line. It's not drawn perfectly, but it's okay. I did it 4 times. 1 jump, 2 jumps, 3 jumps, 4 jumps. 4 jumps. And I landed on the number 12. That's my product. That's my answer that I get when I multiply 3 times 4. Down here, I drew another number line. What I did instead, I followed the directions. It said, instead now, it says skip counting by 4s 3 times. So I went ahead and made sure I had a total of 3 jumps, because it says 3 times, and I'm counting by 4 every time, landing on the number 4, then 8, and then 12. My final answer, which is my product, is 12. Alright? So there ends our lesson 1.1 EnVision Math. I thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that you understand and had a wonderful time learning today. I will see you next time on lesson 1.3. Take care. Bye-bye.